right, just about set to go. And towing the slab in this one, Max Fried. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses that he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
J.P. Crawford leading things off and takes a strike.
0-1.
And that's a strike. Next pitch is outside. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. And that misses. And it's 2-2.
2-2.
Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. Hit in the air right field, and that one way back there, and that is way gone. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. His 7th home run of the season. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump. And at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. That's in for a strike. Rodriguez goes 6 feet 3 inches, 230 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. The Mariners knew what they had. Signed him in July of 2017 for a little under $2 million when Rodriguez was just 16 years old out of the Dominican Republic. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Fast forward to 2022 for Julio Rodriguez to win the Rookie of the Year. The Seattle Mariners were then compensated with the 29th overall pick in the first round of the draft in 2023. Part of the new CBA, enticing teams to promote their good young players.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Rodriguez gets his lead at first with nobody out. And that's a little bit high. And that is ball 1. Tap foul at the plate. Here comes a pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Nobody out. Runner at first. Caught him looking for the K. The batter now, Jorge Polanco. And that is out of play. Man at first, one away. Runner on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Save. Singy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
0-2 now. In the air, left side. Hauls it in for the out. That's out number 2. And now we check out the Mariners lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
Randy Arozarena stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Yeah, big swing and a miss. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
Read out of the stretch, fires. Struck him out looking. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Mariners 1 and the Yankees nothing. Back now in the Bronx. And today's starting pitcher, George Kirby.
Yeah, and his whip tells you he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage in terms of getting around the base path. So, taking the mound, this is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
Here's the veteran first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. As a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Now here's Trent Grisham. That one pushed to the left and foul. One out, base is empty. Next offering is fouled back. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. In the dirt, and the count 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that split caught a lot of the zone. Definitely a hittable pitch, but coming off the fastball the pitch before, it's kind of tough to recognize. You notice there's something different about it. He threw it with the same arm action, same release point, and he left it up. But the movement and the change of speeds, that was enough to do the job.
No strikes.
Aaron Judge in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Judge working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers. That one fouled off.
Well, we've seen him flex some impressive power this season, and there's still a lot of time to go. If he can keep up this pace he's on, we could be in for something really special.
And that one fouled off. That one close, ruled a ball. The count now 2-2.
2 strikes.
That's the third, and that's just foul. Two outs. And that's downstairs. And the count is filled up.
Count's full.
And that's ball
No,
four.
that's ball four. Runner
Tried
taking
another
base.
slider, but it missed the plate.
Just missed his spot on the inside right there.
Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Two and one.
Judge off of first with 2 away. Fouls one off. 2-2. Out to center. Rodriguez sizes this one up, squeezes it, and that is that. One left for the Yankees, and it remains 1-0. Second inning set to go. And stepping in for the Mariners, Luke Raley. Max Fried will go to work. That one finds the zone. Strike
No
one.
ball. 1 strike.
Right through there for a strike. Time to check on our umpires. Earl Hendricks calling balls and strikes.
Yeah, well-liked umpire, Boog. Pretty consistent with his zone, so if you're familiar with him and how he works, you won't get too surprised by anything. Sometimes he'll give a little bit off the corner, but nothing too crazy at all.
That one
That's the ball.
missed.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
The 1-2. Just
That's
misses
ball
the
down.
mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And there's a ball.
We got a full count.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. On the ground to third. Peraza fires over to first. And quickly one away in the second. Mitch Garver up to hit here. Fastball for a strike. Just missed. Ball.
No, that's down. Ball.
Next offering is fouled back. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And he chases that one. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
2 out, space is empty. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. And that's a little high.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons, he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. That's a ball.
2-2.
Tried the sweeper. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nobody left for Seattle, but they lead it 1-0. Back at Yankee Stadium, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Cody Bellinger. Bellinger's dad won a couple of World Series rings in 1999 and 2000. Clay was a backup infielder with the New York Yankees. In the 2023 season, Cody's dad, Clay, made a trip to Wrigley Field and sat in the right field bleachers to watch his son play. That's kind of cool.
Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
One and two now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Up the middle. Crawford throws to first in time. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting sixth, the shortstop, Anthony.
Digging in, Anthony Volpe. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And that is in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
One down, base is empty. The shortstop takes the ball.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Just
No,
missed.
that's low. Ball.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The next offering misses, and it's 3-2.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, Boog, that's an example of a good at-bat without getting into the hit column. He saw a lot of pitches right there, and that can set your team up for success later in the game.
DJ LeMahieu, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
1-0.
And that one is lifted in the air. Arozarena in position, reaching for it, and brings it in. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. And we're back onto the 3rd inning. And now for Seattle, Miles Mastrobuoni. Freed back to work. That one at the knees for a strike.
Well, these Mariners showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball, still 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
That was a pretty good pitch, top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
So the batting order turns over. And up next for Seattle, J.P. Crawford. And a foul ball.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Now the number 2 hitter, Julio Rodriguez. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Ball 1 there. Now, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Slice to right. Could be extra bases. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Now it's the DH, Cal Raleigh. Strike on the inside corner. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. The run comes in from second. The relay in there safely.
Everything came together for him. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
One out, runner at second. So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Jorge Polanco. Pitches in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Raleigh, the runner at second with one away. Next offering is fouled back. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Got it. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. Struck out looking at his first at-bat. And there's a foul ball.
On the mound, he's got to remember his offense can score a lot. So if he can hit the reset button from here going forward, there's still a chance that his club can win this ball game.
Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. In the dirt. That misses. And a count 2-1. Fastball for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. That misses, and the count's full. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Fouled off the plate, they'll do it again. Got him swinging. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Bottom of the inning, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Austin Wells.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
That one ripped right center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. Throws to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Peraza, the next to hit. Right through there for a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Man at second. That one misses,
that's
and it's 1-1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1-2 is the count.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the last half of the third. Pitch misses there, and the count is 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Back to the top of the lineup, Paul Goldschmidt stepping in now for the Yankees. Struck out swinging, leading off the bottom of the first. Late on that fastball.
So hard to touch. I mean, at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good job of teasing that part of the zone, just elevating a little bit. It looks good because you see it for a good while as a hitter. Looks juicy, and by the time you swing, it's almost in the catcher's mitt.
1-2.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Runner at second here, one gone. The next pitch misses, and the count is even 2-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
And that is downstairs. Counts full, 3-2.
Executed that pitch very nicely, just missed with it.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
So the batter now will be Trent Grisham, and he pumps it a strike. Two outs and one in scoring position. And that's down and away. And now it's 1-2. Good eye right there.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. Not in time. He's safe at the plate. It's 3-1.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Runner at first with 2 away. It's Aaron Judge now. He reached on a walk his first time. That's inside. And that's ball 1.
1-0.
That gets by him. Still finds a way to get off a throw. The throw won't get there in time, and now they have runners at the corners.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. In now is the Yankees DH, Giancarlo Stanton.
0-1.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Not close with that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back in New York, new inning getting started, and now Luke Raley. And first offering is fouled off. Raley, in his 3rd season, 30 years old now, and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2016. Swing and a foul out of play. Next offering way off the plate. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Mitch Garver up next for the Mariners.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. That missed by a lot, and it's 2-2. And they'll do it again. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
0-2 now as he swings through it.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Bottom 4, now the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
The left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Late on that fastball.
You know, these Yankees,
ball,
as this
strike.
game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Outside, and a count 2-1.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Three, 2 now.
Count.
Swings and misses, and he's up to 7 strikeouts.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Volpe in the box here, lets that one go for a ball.
1-0.
Fought off foul. Swings through that one for strike 2. The Yanks trailing by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And delivers outside.
Ball.
Next pitch misses outside, and it's 3-2. This is downstairs, and that's ball 4.
Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees, but just no help from the umpire.
Now it's LeMahieu up to hit.
LeMahieu.
Pickoff throw, and he dives back in safely. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Next offering is in for a strike. Hit in the air out to center field. Rodriguez settles under it. Makes the catch. 2 away now.
The catcher, number 28, Austin Wells.
Here's the power hitting catcher, Austin Wells. Doubled his first time up. That one hooked foul. Volpe off of first with 2 away. Fouled off. He was late.
Here we go, Yanks.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
Let's show 'em.
2 outs. And that's a little bit high. Going to count 1 and 2. And the slider just misses.
That's a really
balls,
good
2
take
strikes.
right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
That one misses. Full count now.
Great RBI
Full count.
spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Let's go.
Popped up. Crawford nabs it, and that's the inning. The Yanks leave 1. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back here in New York, top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Miles Mastrobuoni.
Let's go, Yankees. Let's go, Yanks.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. Saying 4 homers
1-0.
in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game, and
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. See you later. His second of the year. It's 4-1.
when you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Max Fried will give way. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Tim Hill on the pitch out of the pen here. He's into the game with the bases empty. So the lineup flips over. J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. Check swing, and he went 0-1.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me and said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
And it gets down for a base hit.
This lefty matchup thing's not going so well.
So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits.
So up next, Julio Rodriguez. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. That one hammered center field. Grisham going back. That's down. One hops off the wall. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. That pitch came off the bat really well into center field, and he clearly put a nice swing on it. And anytime you can get one to drop in out there, you know you stung it pretty good, because it seems like center fielders these days, to a man, these guys can run down just about everything hit their way.
Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Splits the plate. 0-1.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Next offering is fouled back. No outs. Runner on second. And ball 1. Inside. 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Over to Goldie. 1 away here in the 5th. Next to hit, Jorge Polanco. 0 for 2 in this one. Move to second, and he's back safely.
He's safe.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. There's a ball. And the throw out at third. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in, and we're at the top of the 5th. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors, no one left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the M's 5 and the Yankees 1. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th, and taking over on the mound, Ryan Wu.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Oswald Peraza. Struck out swinging his first time. First offering, and it just misses. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Action in the bullpen for Seattle. Casey Legumina up and loosening in the pen. That one missed. Now 3-0.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. And here's Paul Goldschmidt. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Let's go, New York.
That one in there across the letters.
There it was, a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Grounder might be 2. Boots it. Gets off a throw. He makes the throw, but it's not in time. And that leaves them with runners at first and second. Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
And that one sliced foul. Up and in,
1-1.
and the count even 1-1. Peraza on second. Goldie on at first with nobody out. Line drive caught. Here at new Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, and they have this new ballpark that is absolutely gorgeous, but there's still some of that old school feel to it. Yeah, Judge takes a strike.
Yeah, you have to connect the past with the present, and they did a really nice job of the Monument Park out there where you can go and walk through and see the legends. This is New York, and it is the greatest city, I would say, in the country, if not the world. So you expect them.
Meanwhile, this pitch gets away. Both runners move up, 2 in scoring position now, and that takes away the double play. What about as a left-handed hitter and how short that porch is in right field? Were you ever tempted to just try and think in terms of leaning on something as a left-handed hitter and just trying to yank it over the right field wall?
I don't think I need to be tempted to do that. I think that's all I was trying to do because I didn't have a whole lot of power.
Second and third, 1 away.
You have to try to stay within your approach, but you do know that, hey, if you pull something, there's a good chance of it getting out.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
One thing for me over the years, watching how right-handed hitters have tailored and changed their swing so that they could take advantage of the dimensions in right. Look at Derek Jeter. He's a classic example of someone that wasn't looking to pull the ball, but he could hit some home runs to right field, so was able to flex the muscles at times. But a lot of his 3,000-plus base hits were hit the opposite way in both the old ballpark and here in the newer Yankee Stadium.
Two on, 1 out. And it remains 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
You can do it, Yanks.
That's outside. And the count's full. Battling here as he fouls it away. Foul tip into the mid, struck him out. Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Foul ball there. And that one fouled off. That misses the
1-2.
zone, and it's 1-2. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Last half of inning number 5. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Squirts away a little bit. Well done behind the dish. Two outs, 2 in scoring position. And that one finds its way through. The run scores from third, and it's an RBI single. It's 5-2.
Comes through with the RBI. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Here's the left fielder, Cody Bellinger. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Corners are occupied with 2 down. That crosses the plate, and now they're just 1 strike away from getting out of this mess. And 1-2.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 2 on, 2 outs. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Canzone settles under this one, and that will end the inning. Top of the 6th inning, and stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena. Hill back to work. That clips the corner.
0-1.
Cut on and lifted in the air. And there's 1 down.
The first baseman, Luke.
And now for Seattle, Luke Raley. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
And the 0-1. Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and there's 2 away.
No, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there, he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
And it's fouled away. And that one a little below the knees. And 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Grisham makes the play, and that is that. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 6, 7, 8 due in the bottom of the 6th. It's the M's 5 and the Yankees 2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th. Now here is Anthony Volpe. Right through there for a strike.
No balls, 1 strike.
Next pitch is outside. The shortstop takes the ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Goes down looking.
No, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in. So you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. It's hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball. But either way, that's a really nice pitch.
That's out to center field. Rodriguez settles under it. 2 down.
The catcher, number 28.
2 outs, base is empty. Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Cut on and miss, struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game. So the Yanks go in order. They trail at 5-2. Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, Devin Williams.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Leading off, Dominic Canzone.
The right fielder, number 8, Dominic Canzone.
That's inside.
That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
That catches the corner.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Pitch is in there, and it's 1-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. On to first. Gets him. 1 away on a drop 3rd strike.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick because word will get around the league in a hurry.
Master Boney in the box with one away as he takes ball one. Edge of the zone for a strike and a count 1-1. Movement in the bullpen. Ian Hamilton getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Hartley also throwing. Next offering is outside.
Outside.
Come on, Yankees, let's go.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that one missing low.
We got a full count.
Base is empty, one away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That one down the line, and that's just foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Gassed it right by him.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, and I'm so glad I'm retired.
And the batter now, J.P. Crawford. And Singy, he started this one off with a bang.
Yes, he did. It always feels great when you can connect with one right away. Certainly a shot of confidence for the entire lineup and a shot to the heart for this crowd.
Fly ball center field. Grisham. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Trent Thornton.
And he's been really shutting down hitters from the right side of the plate this year. Not a lot of hard contact, not a lot of hits, period.
Oswald Peraza now at the plate. He is struck out, and he is walked. Swing and a foul straight back. The Yankees looking to rally. Thornton, 31 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2015. Next offering is fouled back. And the sweeper misses. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Now back, first baseman, Paul.
Here is Goldschmidt. 1 for 3. Ground ball left side. There's one. To first. Double play. Nicely done.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
And next for New York, Trent Grisham. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
In the air, out towards left center. Rodriguez sizing this one up. And he makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Back for more from the Bronx. And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Let's go, Yankees.
The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Just missed.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Hit softly on the ground to
That's
third,
foul.
and a foul ball.
Let's go, Yankees.
Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. So digging in, Cal Raleigh. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one. Now one
That's the
missed.
ball. 1-0.
Next offering is fouled back. One down, base is empty. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Here we go, Yanks.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Jorge Polanco getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. And that
1-0.
skips in the dirt. Ripped, but it curls foul. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. That misses the zone, and that's ball 2. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings through it for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the M's 5 and the Yankees 2. New pitcher for the Mariners, Edward Bizardo.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Yeah, the hard-throwing righty trying to secure these outs against a potent Yankee lineup, and it starts with Aaron Judge. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. That's strike 1. Activity in the bullpen. Andres Munoz, the closer of the staff, is getting loose to finish this one off. Hard ground ball, base 9. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. When you can turn the ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. And a breaking ball misses outside.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Sliced hard but foul. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back to back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
One down. Here comes Cody Bellinger. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. That one not close. 1-0. And another ball.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. And there's the automatic.
3-1.
Judge, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Into the outfield, base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Anthony Volpe. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. In there at the knees. That's strike 1. Tying run at the plate. That one catches the zone, and the count is 0-2.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Dive, and he's got it. He's in there.
Back-to-back base hits. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high-leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
First pitch, and he just misses.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
In the air on the infield, and the infield fly is called. Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
That one finds the corner. That's strike one.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
So they're all loaded up. Strike two, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. And that one upstairs, ball one. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Now pitching.
We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Ian Hamilton.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least one an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena. That's in there. It's 0-1. Just missed.
That's the ball.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Next offering is in the dirt. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. Ranging back on the warning track and hauls it in.
Yeah, it's a really nice catch right there near the wall, and you have to use everything available to you. Know when your feet leave the grass and hit the warning track. Also, when you're able to, use the bare hand to feel for exactly how close you are. And right there, perfect use of his instruments.
And here is Luke Raley. There's a strike. Swings through that one out in front that time. Action in the pen down there. Will Warren appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. One down, base is empty. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. The 0-2. Good eye in that spot.
That's the ball.
Base is empty, one away. Here at the top of the ninth. To the right side. Throws to first in time. And now two gone.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
Two down, base is empty. Mitch Garver digs in now. A pair of strikeouts, and he's flied to center. There's a strike, 95 of that one. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly nothing at 2. Next offering misses down and away. And a swing and a miss down on strikes. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the ninth. It's the M's 5 and the Yankees 2. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Andres Munoz.
Big swing and miss stuff right here, Boog. Averaging more than one strikeout per inning this season. So far, he's been pretty electric.
Oswald Peraza stepping in now for the Yankees. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Ball.
That's off
No,
the mark.
that
3-0. So definitely a little
3-0.
wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at-bat turns out.
Next offering is in for a strike.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
They're not ready to go home quite yet.
Now batting.
Man at first, nobody out. Here's Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
High fly ball out to center field. Rodriguez settles under it. Corrals it. And there's one down. So up next, Trent Grisham. Fastball is outside. And that one wrapped foul. Pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Top of the zone for a called strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly to second, and he's safe.
Well, things that lead to big innings other than hits or home runs are, of course, walks and errors. Free base runners, and they've been gifted with both so far this inning. And that will make any manager in the dugout just stew a little bit, and I'm sure he is right now.
Critical at bat coming up, and in steps Aaron Judge. You got to feel like there's a pretty good chance this game is going to turn on one swing.
It's 0-1.
With the tying run at the plate, we're in the last half of the 9th inning.
1-1.
And a count 1-2. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Out of here. And we are all tied up. It's 5-5. The brighter the lights, the more where he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Andres Munoz out of the game, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break. Matt Brash will take over here.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Here in the bottom of the ninth, one out. At the plate, Giancarlo Stanton. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Now, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win it for him. Slider got him for strike 3.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger, known for his late-inning heroics. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Two gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here in the last half of inning number 9. And he gets that fastball by him upstairs.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Got him looking for the strikeout. That's the 3rd out, and we're headed to extras. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. All even at 5 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. We're in extras here. Now it's the right fielder, Dominic Canzone.
Well, it's kind of deflating. You blow that lead in the bottom of the 9th. So here's a new opportunity. Hit the reset button, try to get some more runs, and then close it out in the bottom half of this one.
Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And they get it in quickly. 1st and 3rd now with nobody out. So they hold the runner at 3rd, wanting to play it safe. Think that comes back to bite him?
Boy, it's hard to say. That runner on 2nd to start extras is critical, and you want to make sure you don't waste him. If they don't score this inning, there'll be some second guessing for sure.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. And up next for Seattle, Miles Mastrobuoni. That's in there, and that's strike 1. With the go-ahead run at 3rd, here in the top half of the 10th. And that is out of play. Stays alive. The 0-2. And that's in the dirt.
1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Next pitch misses. It's 2-2. That's a little bit low.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
J.P. Crawford in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And a 3-2. He fouls it off. Will do it again. And they're all loaded up.
Oh, that sets up a really big at-bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
Now it's the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Golden opportunity right here. That one's in there. 0-1.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
The shortstop takes the ball. All loaded up here in extra innings. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. One runs in, another comes in to score. Runner around third on his way to the plate, and he's out.
The base runner did a great job of making that a close play at the plate with an excellent slide. Made the catcher work to get out there and put down the tag. The throw was on the money, and that's what made the difference. Big-time play to cut down a run.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Ian Hamilton is done. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Will Warren.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Here's the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. That one finds the zone. 0-1. One out and a runner at second, and here in extra innings. Up the middle, handled by LeMahieu. Rodriguez out on the play. Now it's the Mariners DH, Cal Raleigh. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Backed off the plate that time. Two outs. Line drive. Bellinger brings it in, and that's the third out. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Last chance to even things up. We head to the bottom of inning number 10. It's the Mariners 7 and the Yankees 5. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. Brash back to work. That's a slider for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Now fly ball to right center. Rodriguez settles under it. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Tag out at third. And that's a double play.
When you're already in scoring position, if you decide to tag, you really want to be more than 100% confident that you can make it safely to third, because otherwise you take a potential run scoring opportunity off the board. Great throw to third.
So it's their last chance in this one. Here's DJ LeMahieu. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Brash, 26 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2019. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the last half of the 10th. Outside low, and that's ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Brash is just 1 strike away. Two down, nobody on. Hit to second, and this should do it. Now the throw to first on the run, and that'll do it.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. Never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
A 7-5 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.